What if the person you trust the most is the one hiding the darkest secret? In the wizarding world, darkness is rising, and not even Hogwarts is safe. As Harry returns for his 6th year, he uncovers a name whispered in fear, the Half-Blood Prince. But who is he? And what if the answer changes everything Harry thought he knew about good and evil? Stay with us as we unravel betrayal, love, and a looming war that threatens to destroy everything. This is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, like you've never heard it before. Hello, everyone, and hi all. Welcome to BookPodCastZone. And I'm John, ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the wizarding world.
And I'm Emma. Mission today is, to take this incredible stack of sources from J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and really pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight from now.
Yeah, we're going chapter by chapter, aren't we? Looking for those hidden meanings, the historical parallels.
Exactly. And digging into the character development, which is so profound in this book. It's the pivotal 6th installment. And this isn't just, a summary. We want it to be a shortcut for you, the listener, to being truly well-informed. We're aiming for those aha moments, but without feeling overloaded.
Absolutely. And we're kicking things off with Chapter 1, The Other Minister. Wow, this opening scene, it just throws us right into the deep end, doesn't it?
It really does. No messing about.
We see this dramatic collision between the wizarding and Muggle worlds. You've got Cornelius Fudge, let's face it, bumbling minister for magic.
He really is.
Trying to brief the Muggle Prime Minister about Voldemort's return.
Yeah.
And it's just chaos.
Utter chaos. Collapsing bridges, murder, spiking, dementors. It immediately paints this picture of a world spiraling out of control.
The scale of the threat is just immense, right from page 1.
It truly is. And what's so striking is how Rowling doesn't ease us in. It's immediate, global-level chaos. And that sets such a dark, urgent tone for the entire book. That fragile boundary between worlds, it's not just blurred, it's like shattering.
Yeah, magic is breaking out into the mundane world, and it feels like a total loss of control. It really shows how these unseen threats can just destabilize everything.
Precisely. And Fudge, his incompetence in that meeting, it's almost painful to read.
It is. It's not just funny. It's kind of terrifying how unprepared he is.
Yeah.
How do you think Rowling uses that sort of leadership failure to ramp up the dread so quickly?
Well, it's more than just him being inept, isn't it? He embodies this systemic failure, a failure to grasp something completely unprecedented. The sources actually draw a parallel here. They mention real-world political crises. Think about the confusion in Britain after World War II, or even those global tensions in the early 2000s.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, times when governments really struggled to understand or respond to these, pervasive, unseen threats. It's that feeling of an invisible enemy.
Right.
But you undeniably feel its impact. It leads to panic, the breakdown of order.
Like the Dementors roaming free, the Muggle deaths that can't be explained.
Exactly. It puts the whole world on edge immediately. You, as the reader, instantly get the gravity of the situation. There's no escaping it.
It's such a powerful way to open the book. What really stands out to you about how unprepared everyone seems for this kind of drastic shift, it feels very relevant, that anxiety about huge, incomprehensible threats.
It really does. That sense of vulnerability is immediate and palpable.
Okay. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. So moving from that high-stakes political chaos, Chapter 2, Spinner's End, takes us somewhere completely different.
Oh yeah, a total shift in atmosphere.
It pulls us into this really grim, clandestine meeting, the setting itself, this dark industrial alley.
Very evocative.
And there's Severus Snape holding court with Narcissa Malfoy and Bellatrix Lestrange. The tension is just thick.
It's incredibly chilling. Narcissa is there, driven by this desperate maternal love, basically begging Snape to protect Draco.
Because Draco's been given this dangerous mission by Voldemort.
Right. And then comes that moment. The unbreakable vow. Snape makes this absolute commitment to Narcissa.
But his actual motives, completely shrouded. It leaves you wondering, where does his loyalty truly lie?
And that's where the central enigma of the whole book really starts to crystallize, isn't it? Snape's ambiguity. Especially with that vow. It's masterful.
It is, because the vow is absolute. It's magically binding. Death is the penalty for breaking it.
Exactly. Yet you're left constantly questioning him. Is he playing some deeper game? Is he still loyal to Dumbledore somehow? Or is he truly back in Voldemort's fold?
It sets up that question that just hangs over everything. You scrutinize his every word, every action after this.
You absolutely do. And Narcissa's portrayal here, it's so powerful.
Her courage, right? Going to Snape, someone she clearly, deeply distrusts, risking everything.
It's that primal maternal instinct. It underscores the lengths a mother will go to. It's such a stark contrast to the coldness of Bellatrix, her own sister, standing right there.
Bellatrix is almost goading her, questioning her loyalty.
And the setting, Spinner's End, that grim industrial alley, the sources suggest it's symbolic. It kind of hints at Britain's post-industrial decline. This decaying landscape reflecting the moral decay of the characters meeting there. It's very atmospheric.
That makes sense.
And the vow itself, it has echoes, doesn't it? Think about binding oaths in secret societies like the Freemasons in history. It adds this layer of historical weight and secrecy to the whole scene.
So it's not just a magical plot point. It carries symbolic meaning, too.
Definitely. It signifies absolute commitment in a world where loyalty is becoming increasingly murky, almost impossible to gauge.
So thinking about characters like Snape, whose motives are so hidden, how do you even begin to discern true loyalty when the lines are this blurred? What's the impact of a promise like that, one that cannot be broken?
It immediately raises the stakes to an almost unbearable level.
It really does. Just 2 chapters in, and you're questioning everything. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Okay, next up, Chapter 3, Will and Won't. We're back with Harry, still stuck at Privet Drive for the summer. And then, an unexpected visitor, Dumbledore. Which, as we know, always signals something significant is about to happen.
Well, always. His appearances are never casual.
And this time, he reveals Sirius Black's will. Harry is named heir to Grimmauld Place.
Which is huge.
And then there's that controversial moment where Dumbledore tests Creature, the house elf's loyalty.
Yeah, that's a complex interaction.
This chapter definitely piles more responsibility onto Harry. Materially, with the house, but also emotionally. It's a heavy burden.
It is. The inheritance isn't just the property, is it? It's the legacy. A legacy of loss, of responsibility, of this ongoing fight against Voldemort that Sirius was so central to.
It's the weight of history.
Exactly. The sources mention how it reflects aspects of, British inheritance laws, but it goes much deeper emotionally. It's the unfinished business, the expectations.
And Dumbledore's role here is key, too. It feels like a turning point in his mentorship.
Absolutely pivotal. He starts sharing more truths, maybe still cautiously, but he's actively shaping Harry's path, preparing him for leadership.
Preparing him for what's coming. And the creature dynamic. It's fascinating.
It really is. His reluctance, that loyalty test, it has echoes, doesn't it, of historical class struggles, maybe even indentured servitude.
Yeah, it makes you think about duty, love, allegiance, and how those things can be twisted or exploited.
And Grimmauld Place itself.
Yeah.
It's not just bricks and mortar. It's full of the Black family's dark history, secrets, bitterness.
So inheriting it means inheriting all of that, too. It drags Harry deeper into the complexity of the war.
Precisely. Dumbledore makes sure Harry understands this isn't just a gift. It comes with profound responsibilities. He's trying to instill that sense of careful leadership in Harry.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How do you grapple with inheriting not just things, but burdens? Unfinished business from people who came before.
And navigating those complicated family histories, especially when they're, filled with pain or darkness.
It's a lot for anyone, let alone a teenager. But Harry, well, he has to face it. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Moving on to Chapter 4, Horace Slughorn. This one feels almost like a spy mission, a recruitment drive.
Yeah, Dumbledore's on a mission, and he brings Harry along as, well, bait, essentially.
Right. They're trying to persuade Horace Slughorn, this retired but very influential former Hogwarts professor, to come back to teaching.
And Slughorn is famous, or perhaps infamous, for his Slug Club.
Yes, the Slug Club, where he collects influential or talented students, like trophies.
Pretty much. He cultivates them, and his initial reluctance to return, then his eventual agreement. It subtly hints that he's hiding something crucial, something about Voldemort's past.
It sets up a major mystery right away, a mystery Harry will eventually have to solve.
And the Slug Club itself, it's such a brilliant portrayal of, social climbing and patronage. The source is connected directly to elite British circles.
Like old boys clubs. Or those historical patronage systems.
Exactly. Slughorn isn't just interested in talent for talent's sake. He's building connections, hoarding influence for his own benefit. It's quite transactional.
And Dumbledore knows this. He targets Slughorn specifically for his memories.
Absolutely. It signals immediately that understanding Voldemort's hidden past is the key strategy now. It establishes that core mystery Harry needs to unravel.
Dumbledore plays Slughorn like a fiddle here, doesn't he?
He really does. It showcases his masterful understanding of human nature. He knows exactly how to play on Slughorn's vanity, his desire for prestige, his weakness for the famous Harry Potter.
It's a long game Dumbledore's playing. And Slughorn is just a piece, albeit a crucial one, needed to unlock that devastating truth about Voldemort.
It's subtle manipulation, perhaps, but Dumbledore clearly believes the ends justify the means here. He's orchestrating it, so Slughorn's own nature, his desire for connections, will inevitably lead to revealing this vital secret about Tom Riddle.
It does raise questions, though,
Hmm.
about influence, ambition,
Yeah.
how they play out,
Mhm.
and those ethical lines. When is it okay to manipulate someone, even subtly, for what you see as a greater good? It's a tricky area Dumbledore navigates.
He seems quite comfortable doing it, doesn't he? Years of practice, perhaps?
Perhaps. It's definitely something to ponder. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Okay, Chapter 5, An Excess of Phlegm. This feels like a bit of a breather, almost nostalgic, but the shadow of war is definitely still there.
A necessary pause, maybe.
Harry reunites with the Weasleys at the Burrow, that chaotic, warm, loving home.
A real sanctuary.
And we get some funny moments with Fleur Delacour. Ginny nicknames her Phlegm.
Which is pretty harsh, but Ginny's got a sharp wit.
She does. But amidst the OWL results arriving and all the typical teenage drama, that contrast with the looming war is really stark, isn't it? It's balancing normalcy with this impending danger.
It really is. The Burrow itself, that chaotic but loving atmosphere, it's such a vital contrast to the darkness outside. The sources suggest it reflects that kind of wartime resilience you saw in British households.
Finding strength in unity, trying to keep life going.
Exactly. And the chapter skillfully balances those relatable teenage concerns, romance, rivalries, exam stress, with the constant background hum of Voldemort's threat.
It makes you think, how do people manage that? How do you maintain normal life, personal connections, when there's this huge, growing threat just there?
It's a core question the book explores, and Ginny's character really develops here, too.
Yeah, her snark towards Fleur shows her personality becoming stronger, more assertive, which feels important as the stakes keep rising.
Definitely. The Burrow feels like this protective bubble, maybe the last bastion of their childhood, even though you can sense the cracks appearing around it.
That contrast is so deliberate, so powerful. It shows that even in dark times, human connection, family squabbles, exam results, they still happen. They offer an anchor.
It's a testament to the human spirit, finding light and resilience even with shadows growing. That normalcy is grounding for them and for us reading it.
The potent reminder. What stands out to you about how crucial those personal relationships, that family comfort, become when everything else feels uncertain or dangerous?
They become everything, don't they? The small moments really matter.
They really do. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. All right, Chapter 6, Draco's Detour. Things take a noticeably darker turn here.
Yeah, the atmosphere shifts again.
Right.
Quite dramatically.
We're in Diagon Alley with Harry, Ron, and Hermione. But it's not the vibrant, magical place we remember. It's described as darkened, desolate.
It's a stark change.
And they see Draco Malfoy acting very suspiciously, sneaking around. It immediately hints at his secret, dangerous mission for Voldemort.
The mystery around Draco deepens significantly here. His actions are immediate red flags for Harry.
And it fuels Harry's obsession with him, doesn't it?
It really does. And the setting itself, Diagon Alley. The symbolism is powerful. This place of wonder and safety is now shuttered, empty, unsettling.
It shows how the war is creeping in, stripping away comfort and security.
Exactly. The sources link it to historical parallels, like Britain during the Blitz. Familiar places becoming reflections of wartime fear and economic decline.
That makes so much sense. It feels like strong foreshadowing, too.
Definitely. It signals Draco's growing, dangerous role in the story. And it highlights that tension, the unknown threats that are now seeping into even supposedly safe havens.
The war isn't distant anymore. It's right there, corrupting the heart of the wizarding world.
That erosion of safety in familiar spaces is a really chilling theme in this book. It shows the threat is pervasive. It can reach anywhere.
Turning joy into suspicion.
Yeah. The quiet, almost abandoned feel of the alley is a potent visual for the psychological impact of living under that shadow. It makes reality feel sinister.
It really makes you consider what happens when places you thought were sanctuaries become targets or just reflections of the conflict. And how does suspicion, even without solid proofs, start to drive your actions when you just feel something is deeply wrong?
Harry certainly feels it.
He does. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Okay, Chapter 7, The Slug Club. We're back at Hogwarts, well, on the Hogwarts Express, actually.
Right, the journey back to school.
And Harry's suspicions about Draco are escalating. He makes a pretty reckless decision to confront him.
Yeah, that doesn't end well for Harry.
No, it definitely backfires.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Professor Slughorn starts his networking early, hosting the first Slug Club gathering on the train.
Showing his favoritism right away.
And highlighting Harry's discomfort with being singled out, being the chosen one.
Absolutely. Harry's impulsiveness regarding Draco, it really shows the cost of his curiosity, his obsession. Following Draco under the invisibility cloak, confronting him, it's risky.
It highlights his recklessness when he gets a hunch.
It does. And the Slug Club itself, it's a perfect illustration of those class distinctions, privilege, exclusion, very much like those exclusive clubs or societies in British institutions.
Patronage and networking again.
Exactly. It sparks that discussion about favoritism, how it creates these divisive social hierarchies. It shapes who gets opportunities, who gets noticed.
And you have this fascinating dynamic. Slughorn's charm, which is quite self-serving,
Definitely.
versus Dumbledore's strategy of placing Harry in that club. It's all part of the subtle game of influence, isn't it? All aimed at uncovering Voldemort's past.
It is. Harry's a pawn in Dumbledore's game, but also acting on his own gut feelings about Draco. It's complex.
And Harry's reaction to being in the Slug Club is interesting, too.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to enjoy the attention.
No, he's clearly uncomfortable with the artificiality of it, the expectations. It's that constant tension, his desire for a normal life versus this unique, isolating role he's forced into.
It really deacons his character. So what does this make you think about pursuing truth or knowledge? How it can lead you into dangerous situations, especially if it's driven by personal conviction. And what about that feeling of being chosen? Desired for your influence, but deeply uncomfortable with the spotlight.
It's a heavy burden for him.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 8, Snape Victorious. This one delivered a real shock to the system for Harry, and for the reader, too.
A huge shock.
Snape gets the Defense Against the Dark Arts job. Finally. After all these years wanting it, Harry is stunned.
Understandably. And combined with Draco's continued secrecy, it makes Hogwarts feel significantly less safe.
Definitely. The tension around Snape's true motives just skyrockets here. He's perpetually ambiguous, but this feels different, more threatening.
It places him right at the center of Harry's suspicion. And it's a controversial appointment. The sources compare it to controversial appointments made during real-world crises.
Right, intensifying that distrust in authority figures, especially for Harry, who's never trusted Snape.
Never. And this is the moment that protective Hogwarts bubble really starts to burst. Snape in a position of greater power, Draco skulking around. The sense of security is just gone.
Irrevocably diminished. And Snape's presence, his heightened role, just amplifies how enigmatic he is.
Completely. His true allegiance is the million-galleon question, isn't it? It reinforces that central theme of hidden secrets, shifting loyalties. The narrative uses him expertly to keep us constantly guessing.
It's like this persistent doubt, wondering what he's really planning, whose side is he actually on.
And it drives home that chilling reality. The enemy might not just be outside the castle walls anymore. They could be inside, in positions of authority.
Which is way more unsettling, isn't it, when the familiar becomes dangerous?
Much more. It undermines the very foundations of trust and stability.
So what does this mean for you, the listener? When institutions or figures you've been taught to trust start looking questionable, even hostile.
How do you navigate that uncertainty?
Yeah, what does it feel like when the ground beneath your feet just feels unstable?
A tough position to be in.
Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Now, Chapter 9, The Half-Blood Prince. We finally encounter the namesake of the book, though not in person.
Right, through the textbook.
Harry finds this old, heavily annotated potions textbook. It's inscribed, Property of the Half-Blood Prince. And it's filled with these brilliant but highly unconventional, sometimes dark shortcuts.
And suddenly, Harry is a potions genius.
Exactly. His rapid success raises so many questions. Where did this book come from? Who is this mysterious prince?
The allure of forbidden knowledge is just huge here, isn't it? Harry's success is so immediate, so impressive, it shows the temptation of shortcuts.
Even when the source is unknown, potentially dubious.
The sources compare the annotated textbook to things like historical alchemical texts or secret manuals passed down through generations, suggesting this hidden, maybe dangerous, wisdom.
And it shows Harry developing independently, too, moving beyond Dumbledore's direct guidance.
Yeah, he's making his own discoveries, taking initiative, but he's also starting to grapple with the ethics of using this powerful, unvetted magic.
Because the ethical ambiguity is just undeniable. These shortcuts are brilliant, yes, but they come with a moral question mark.
A big one. Harry's using spells he doesn't understand. The prince's contributions hint at a darker side, foreshadowing devastating consequences later on.
It forces that question. When is a shortcut just too dangerous, too morally compromised?
It feels like a Faustian bargain, doesn't it? Instant mastery, but what's the hidden cost?
Exactly. He's taking agency, but also huge risks. The book itself becomes a symbol of the choices he's making.
Blurring those lines between light and dark magic.
So what stands out to you about balancing that drive for efficiency or genius with the ethical implications, especially when the source of the knowledge is a mystery?
Yeah. And how much do you trust a guide, even an anonymous one, when their methods feel morally questionable?
It's a deep dilemma for Harry. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 10, The House of Gaunt. This one plunges us deep into Voldemort's past, and it is genuinely unsettling.
Deeply disturbing, yeah. Through Dumbledore's pensive again.
Harry sees memories of Voldemort's origins, his mother's family, the Gaunts. Pure blood, but dysfunctional, living in squalor.
It's a chilling glimpse, and it unravels crucial details about Horcruxes, about Tom Riddle's descent into darkness.
This memory really explores that idea of evil. Is it nature or nurture? It seems shaped by both family and environment here.
Definitely. The Gaunts' poverty, combined with their intense pride. The sources suggest it reflects aspects of decayed aristocracy, and there are chilling parallels drawn to eugenics movements in history.
That dangerous obsession with blood purity, inherited power.
Exactly. As if those traits somehow excuse their cruelty and squalor. The source material really emphasizes how Voldemort's evil has these deep, disturbing generational and societal roots. It's captivating in a horrifying way.
And the pensive is cemented here as a vital strategic tool. Understanding Voldemort's past, his twisted family history, gives Dumbledore and Harry invaluable knowledge to fight him now. And this is the chapter where Horcruxes are properly introduced, right? Objects containing fragments of a torn soul.
Yes, and it fundamentally changes everything. Harry's mission shifts from just defeating Voldemort to destroying pieces of his very essence. The scale becomes immense.
This is where it gets truly terrifying. Understanding the depth of Voldemort's depravity, it's not just about power, it's about shredding his soul for immortality.
It's abhorrent, unnatural, and you see the burden on Harry increasing. He's not just learning facts, he's internalizing the horror. He's seeing the villain not just as a monster, but as a boy who chose this path.
A boy who made horrifying choices. So what does this suggest about background versus individual choice in shaping someone's destiny, for good or for overwhelming evil?
It's a profoundly unsettling look at where pure malevolence can come from, complex origins.
Indeed. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Okay, Chapter 11, Hermione's Helping Hand. Here we see friendship dynamics tested in a very relatable, if magical way.
Yeah, back to the more personal level for a bit.
It's Quidditch tryouts, intense competition, and Hermione secretly uses a Confundus charm to help Ron make the team.
Which immediately raises ethical questions, doesn't it? Within the trio.
Big time. Meanwhile, Harry's still suspicious of Draco, and Dumbledore's private lessons continue, hinting at even deeper secrets still to come.
Hermione's intervention. It's meant to help Ron's confidence, but it creates tension. The sources link it to ethical debates in education. Where are the boundaries?
Good intentions, unintended consequences.
Exactly. It forces that discussion. Is it ever okay to bend the rules for a friend? What are the consequences, personally and for the friendship? It's navigating those conflicting values.
Many of us have probably faced similar dilemmas, maybe not with magic, but the core issue is relatable.
Very much so. And Dumbledore's lessons happening alongside this. It underscores the urgency of Harry's larger task. Dumbledore is carefully revealing pieces, preparing Harry, even as Harry's friendships are going through their own turmoil.
That contrast, again, the world-saving mission versus the everyday teenage drama, it's what makes these characters feel so real.
It grounds the fantasy. It reminds us that even with a war looming, people are still figuring out love, jealousy, friendship. It adds that crucial layer of humanity.
It really does. So it makes you think. Where do you draw the line between helping a friend and compromising integrity or fairness?
It's a very delicate balance.
One we all face, really. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 12, Silver and Opals. This chapter delivers a really chilling reminder that the war is reaching everywhere.
A stark, brutal reminder.
A cursed opal necklace, intended for Dumbledore, we assume, ends up nearly killing Katie Bell in Hogsmeade.
Horrifying. It confirms the war has breached Hogwarts' apparent safety bubble. Hogsmeade is supposed to be safe, too.
Exactly. No place feels secure anymore. And Harry's obsession with Draco intensifies dramatically after this. He's convinced Draco's behind it.
While Dumbledore continues sharing more insights into Voldemort's past in their lessons.
That incident in Hogsmeade, it signifies that nowhere is truly safe from Voldemort's influence. The sources compare it to historical fears of sabotage or terrorism during wartime.
Yeah, like in Britain during wartime, civilians suddenly feeling vulnerable in everyday places. It shatters that illusion of safety.
And Dumbledore's lessons reinforce that critical theme. Knowledge is power. Understanding the enemy's origins, motives, methods, that's key to fighting him.
It becomes a vital weapon, maybe more vital than spells sometimes.
And Harry's focus on Draco, it's almost a parallel track. He has this powerful intuition, but maybe a blind spot too. He gets so consumed by it.
It raises that question, doesn't it? When does strong intuition cross over into becoming an unhealthy obsession? Dumbledore's providing the big picture strategy, while Harry's pursuing this very personal, intense suspicion.
The necklace incident really solidifies that the war isn't distant. It's intimate, pervasive, striking unexpectedly.
It forces constant vigilance. A casual touch becomes potentially lethal. It drives home that insidious danger.
What stands out to you about how those moments of unexpected danger force us to confront uncomfortable truths about our own safety and security?
And how that pervasive uncertainty makes vigilance, maybe even hypervigilance, feel essential.
It's a heavy way to live. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. All right, Chapter 13, The Secret Riddle. Dumbledore's pensive takes Harry back again into more disturbing memories.
Even deeper this time.
We see young Tom Riddle, maybe around 11 years old, visiting Hepzibah Smith. We see his chilling charm, but also these early displays of calculated cruelty and manipulation.
And more critical clues about the Horcruxes emerge. Harry's really grappling with the weight of this dark knowledge now.
This memory gives such a powerful, disturbing look at how evil is forged, not just born. Riddle's manipulation, his sinister charm.
The sources compare it to historical figures who used charisma to mask darker motives. Cult leaders, tyrants.
Right. Highlighting that charm can hide profound darkness. Harry sees Riddle's cunning, his manipulative streak, his early obsession with power and immortality.
It provides that crucial understanding of the adult Voldemort. And the source material really emphasizes this, linking it to the roots of evil, making it disturbingly relatable in a way. It's captivating for listeners.
And the burden on Harry, it's immense. He's internalizing the horror, seeing the villain not just as a monster, but as this boy who chose evil.
Which almost makes it more terrifying, doesn't it?
It does. It underscores his unique, solitary path. He carries this knowledge alone, mostly.
This chapter is so critical for understanding the human elements behind ultimate villainy. It suggests choice and a fundamental lack of empathy are key drivers.
A chilling reminder to look beyond surface appearances.
Definitely. So, how does understanding a villain's origin story complicate our perception of good and evil? Does it blur the lines?
And what's it like to bear the weight of such dark, unsettling knowledge about how evil begins?
Heavy stuff.
Very. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 14, Felix Felicis. This brings a bit of literal magic and luck into the main plot.
Liquid luck.
Harry wins the Felix Felicis potion in Slughorn's class, thanks to the Half-Blood Prince's notes, of course. And later, he strategically uses it to finally get Slughorn's true memory about Horcruxes.
A crucial move.
But alongside this, we have the teenage drama ramping up again. Ron's romance with Lavender Brown is causing serious strain with Hermione.
And there's Quidditch drama, too. Lots going on.
The use of Felix Felicis, it raises that philosophical question, doesn't it? Luck versus skill. Destiny versus effort.
Absolutely. Did Harry succeed just because of the potion? Or did it just amplify his own skills and strategic thinking, give him the confidence to act at the right moment?
It's debatable.
Yeah.
The potion itself feels like something out of folklore. Myths of luck charms.
It does, but Harry's use of it is definitely strategic. It shows his growing ability to use magical tools effectively to achieve critical goals, especially advancing the Horcrux hunt. It's cunning, boosted by luck.
And right alongside this high-stakes memory retrieval, you have the intense, relatable messiness of teenage relationships.
The Ron, Hermione, Lavender love triangle. It's classic coming-of-age stuff. It grounds the story again.
Provides that necessary contrast to the war plot. Makes them feel incredibly real.
That juxtaposition is one of Rowling's great strengths. It reminds us of the personal stakes, the human element, They're still growing up, figuring things out, even with the world potentially ending.
It adds such richness. So what do you think about balancing luck or serendipity with our own efforts and skills? How much is chance? How much is us? And how do personal relationships get challenged and evolve under huge external pressures and anxieties, like a war?
It's a complex dance, isn't it?
For sure. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Okay, Chapter 15, The Unbreakable Vow. We're at Slughorn's lavish Christmas party now.
Right, the height of Slug Club networking.
It's this blend of social elegance and underlying menace. Harry uses the party to eavesdrop and overhears this crucial, chilling conversation between Snape and Draco.
Which seems to confirm all his worst suspicions about Malfoy.
Exactly. And at the same time, the romantic tensions between Ron and Hermione are still simmering, jealousy bubbling under the surface.
Harry's observations, hearing that snippet of conversation, it just fuels his conviction about Draco. The party itself, described as lavish, feels like those elite historical gatherings.
A perfect setting for secrets and espionage, even if unintentional on Harry's part.
Precisely. And Snape's presence, what Harry overhears, it reinforces the chilling weight of that unbreakable vow he made earlier.
It deepens the web of secrets around him. It makes his role even more ambiguous, more intriguing. We're constantly kept guessing.
And the romantic drama adds another layer of tension. It shows how personal feelings complicate friendships, shift dynamics within the group.
It provides relief from the main plot, but also creates its own kind of conflict. Human emotions are just as volatile as magic sometimes.
The chapter weaves the personal and the political so skillfully. The elegant surface hides dark undercurrents of conspiracy and emotional turmoil.
Showing how the war's influence is just pervasive, touching everything. Danger and personal conflict hiding in plain sight.
It really makes you think about intuition versus evidence. Harry feels he knows what Draco's up to, but lacks concrete proof.
How do you handle that clash? Especially when confronting unsettling truths about people. It's a fundamental challenge.
A real dilemma.
Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 16. A Very Frosty Christmas. This one starts with warmth, but takes a devastating turn.
Yeah, the rug gets pulled out from under them.
Harry's spending Christmas at the Burrow, which feels like the ultimate safe haven. He confides in Lupin and Arthur Weasley about his suspicions regarding Snape and Draco.
Seeking adult counsel, which shows his maturity.
Yes. But then the holiday warmth is just shattered by a sudden violent Death Eater attack on the Burrow itself.
It's brutal. It dramatically signals that the war's reach is inescapable. Even cherished family spaces aren't safe.
That cozy, festive atmosphere violently disrupted. The sources compare it to things like air raids during WWII in Britain, shattering moments of peace.
That stark contrast emphasizes the pervasive danger, and Harry deciding to share his intelligence signifies his growth into more of a leadership role, taking initiative, sharing information.
Definitely a sign of maturation.
Yeah.
But the attack, it just hammers home that the war spares no one. Danger can strike anywhere, anytime.
Even in the most loving, supposedly secure environment, it's a brutal wake-up call. No more illusions of safety, even at the Weasleys.
It forces that question again. Where is true safety in a world at war? The emotional impact is huge because the Burrow is synonymous with comfort. Security is a violation. Underscores the psychological toll of living under constant threat. But Harry steps up, showing leadership amidst the chaos. A glimmer of hope.
So how do families and individuals cope when that ingrained sense of safety is suddenly violently shattered?
And how does shared adversity sometimes forge even stronger bonds, more resilient?
Were powerful questions raised by that attack.
Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 17, A Sluggish Memory. Dumbledore presents another memory of young Tom Riddle, this time focusing on Riddle asking Slughorn about something dark.
Right, but the memory is incomplete. Crucially, Slughorn has tampered with it. He's hidden the vital truth about Horcruxes.
This is the pivotal moment that launches Harry's critical mission. Retrieve the real, untampered memory from Slughorn. It becomes paramount.
And it demonstrates so powerfully how memory can be manipulated, deliberately obscured. The sources link this to historical revisionism truth being hidden for personal gain or to avoid uncomfortable realities.
Slughorn's guilt is so visible, isn't it? His reluctance to reveal the full truth. It creates this deep moral dilemma.
It really highlights the burden of confronting past mistakes. The cost of complicity, even passive complicity, in something truly evil.
His vulnerability, his shame and regret actually makes the pursuit of truth even more compelling. both for Harry and for us.
Absolutely. And getting that untampered memory becomes Harry's immediate critical task. It solidifies his central role in the Horcrux hunt. He's vital to Dumbledore's plan.
He's not just learning passively anymore. He has to actively intervene, correct the record, to fight the present evil.
The manipulation of memory, it's a potent theme, shows how even small omissions can have huge consequences down the line, uplifting history, war strategy.
Highlighting that the truth, however painful, is essential. A weapon against deception.
So what does this make you think about how the past can be rewritten or obscured? And what's our responsibility to seek out the unvarnished truth?
Even when it's deeply painful or uncomfortable to face. For ourselves or for others involved.
A profound question about truth and memory.
Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 18, Birthday Surprises. This one brings a terrifying, almost random moment of danger.
Completely unexpected.
It's Ron's birthday. Celebrations are underway. And then he accidentally drinks poisoned mead intended for Dumbledore.
It's horrific. He starts convulsing.
But Harry reacts incredibly quickly. He remembers the Half-Blood Prince's textbook mentioning Bezoars as an antidote to most poisons, finds one in Slughorn's kit, and shoves it down Ron's throat.
Saving his life. Just barely. It's incredibly quick thinking.
This harrowing incident just deepens that sense of pervasive peril. Unpredictability within Hogwarts itself.
The poisoning, it feels so arbitrary, yet deadly. It illustrates the unpredictable nature of conflict. The sources mention historical assassination attempts, danger striking from unexpected sources, highlights the fragility of life.
And Harry's action. It underscores their friendship bond, but also his resourcefulness, courage under extreme pressure. He proves himself a hero outside of Dumbledore's shadow here.
Definitely. And it cements that grim reality. Hogwarts is no longer a sanctuary. The threat is internal now, too. It makes the school feel so vulnerable.
Raises that question again. When nowhere is truly safe, how do you even live? How do you keep fighting?
It's a gut-wrenching moment. Reminds you how quickly everything can change, but also showcases Harry's loyalty, his instinct to protect his friends.
It's a stark reminder that danger isn't always grand or obvious. It can be insidious, subtle, appearing when you least expect it. Amplifies the tension.
So what does this highlight about relying on our closest relationships in dangerous times, their strength and steadfastness?
And what does it mean to act decisively, selflessly, in a sudden crisis where every second counts?
Harry certainly rises to the occasion there.
He does. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Okay, Chapter 19, Elf Tales. Harry gets really resourceful in this chapter, showing his growing maturity and pragmatism.
Yeah, he thinks outside the box.
He needs to know what Draco's up to, especially with the Room of Requirement. So he enlists Kreacher and Dobby, the house elves, to tail Malfoy covertly.
A clever move, using unexpected allies.
And it works. They bring back crucial clues about Draco's mission. Meanwhile, on an emotional level, Ron and Hermione finally reconcile after their big fight.
A much-needed moment. It strengthens their bond right when they need each other most.
Harry using the house elves. It shows his ingenuity, his adaptability in gathering intelligence. The sources compare it to historical reliance on overlooked figures, like servants or spies in wartime.
Highlighting how crucial, yet often undervalued, figures can be. And the Ron and Hermione reconciliation is so important for the trio. Shows they can overcome conflict, jealousy, misunderstandings. Unites them more strongly.
And the elves reporting back. Dobby's eagerness, Kreacher's reluctance. It adds a touch of humor too, doesn't it? While still delivering key plot points.
It balances the tension nicely. And Harry's pragmatic approach is impressive, using whatever means necessary to get to the truth.
And the trio being back together, strong. It feels so satisfying. Reminds us that friendship and love are still the core, even with the war intensifying.
The clues the elves provide are vital pieces of the puzzle, propelling the plot, building suspense about Draco. It's a great mix of plot advancement and character development.
So what does this suggest about leveraging unexpected resources or overlooked allies in pursuing truth or solving problems?
And what about the power of mending relationships? Finding unity after conflict. It's invaluable, isn't it?
Absolutely. Especially with what's coming. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 20, Lord Voldemort's Request. We're back in the Pensee, exploring Voldemort's chilling past again.
Another crucial memory Dumbledore shares.
This one shows a young Tom Riddle, probably just after leaving Hogwarts, returning to ask then Headmaster Dippet for a teaching post, specifically defense against the dark arts.
And later, returning again to ask Dumbledore himself, who was headmaster by then. It's audacious. unsettling.
It really deepens our understanding of Voldemort's long-term ambitions, his insidious nature.
His desire for that teaching post. It seems almost benign on the surface, but it's really about his ambition to control, to return to Hogwarts, the place he first felt power, maybe belonging.
And to manipulate from within, exploit its secrets.
Exactly. The sources compare it to historical figures seeking legacy through control, like dictators infiltrating institutions. And Dumbledore's role is critical. He saw the darkness in Riddle even then.
Recognizing the potential evil, it highlights how important mentorship or its absence can be in shaping destiny.
And the memory reveals Voldemort's cunning, his long-term planning, even as a young man, his desire to exploit Hogwarts secrets years in advance. It shows his strategic, manipulative genius.
The source material really emphasizes his unsettling charm too, right? His ability to disarm and deceive makes his calculation terrifying.
It shows his evil wasn't sudden, but this long-term, meticulous project. His desire to return to Hogwarts reveals so much about his psychology, his ambition.
So what does this chapter tell us about unchecked ambition? How it can lead to corruption, that insatiable thirst for control?
And the role of formative experiences, good and bad, in shaping a whole life trajectory, towards good or towards devastating evil.
Chilling insights into his character. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 21, The Unknowable Room. Harry is hitting a wall here. Quite literally sometimes.
Yeah, his frustration is mounting.
He's tenaciously trying to figure out what Draco's doing in the Room of Requirement, but he keeps getting blocked. He can't get in when Draco's using it.
The room itself is elusive, adapting to Draco's needs. Harry is consistently thwarted.
And with this roadblock, the mystery of the Half-Blood Prince deepens too. Harry starts seriously questioning the prince's spells, their origins, their morality, especially after one particular incident.
We'll get to that. But Harry's failures with the Room of Requirement really illustrate the difficulty, the frustration of uncovering deeply hidden truths, especially against a clever opponent.
The room itself, this secret space. The sources compare it to hidden wartime spaces, like safe houses or secret bunkers, adds to that sense of an elusive, dangerous secret.
And Harry is forced to confront the darker side of the prince's magic. Raises those significant ethical questions about his reliance on the textbook, wielding power without fully understanding it.
The chapter really intensifies the enigma around the prince and Draco's mission. It highlights Harry's persistence, but also the ethical tightrope he's walking. It fuels our curiosity, too.
That Room of Requirement, usually a place of help, becomes the symbol of impenetrable secrets, a source of intense frustration for Harry.
And it forces him to grapple with the moral implications of his potion's genius, creates that powerful internal conflict.
So how do we react when we hit those seemingly impenetrable roadblocks in pursuing crucial knowledge, that frustration?
And when is pursuing power, or a specific outcome, worth potentially compromising our ethics, our understanding of consequences?
Difficult questions the chapter forces Harry and us to consider.
Like, subscribe, and share for more updates.
Yeah.
Chapter 22, After the Burial. Harry finally gets the breakthrough he desperately needs.
A major turning point.
He uses the very last of his Felix Felicis potion, and under its influence, he successfully persuades Slughorn to give him the true, untampered memory about Tom Riddle asking about Horcruxes.
Finally revealing the complete, horrifying details of Voldemort's plan.
The emotional weight in this chapter is immense. Loss, duty, the burden of painful truths. It all culminates here.
The potion helps, certainly. Highlights the role of timing, maybe luck in these critical missions. A testament to Harry's patience, plus some magical aid.
But Slughorn's confession, it's a moment of profound vulnerability, remorse. It resonates deeply.
His reluctance mirrors those historical figures avoiding accountability, but his eventual honesty shows the relief, the moral clarity that can come from facing past mistakes. The source material really highlights his vulnerability, making it incredibly powerful.
This memory is the absolute linchpin, isn't it? The core revelation confirms the soul-splitting, the multiple Horcruxes.
It solidifies the monumental, seemingly impossible task ahead for Harry. It fundamentally shifts the war's strategy. It's a paradigm shift for the entire series.
Charts a new, perilous course. And Slughorn's emotional climax is just as significant as the revelation for Harry.
Shows that complicity carries a heavy burden, and truth, however painful, needs to come out for progress. A powerful statement about integrity.
So how do you compel someone to reveal painful truths they've hidden, maybe out of shame or fear? Slughorn needed that push.
And what's the immense responsibility that comes with uncovering information that changes everything you thought you knew? Your whole reality shifts.
A massive burden for Harry to carry now. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 23, Horcruxes. Now that Harry has the true memory, he takes it straight to Dumbledore.
And Dumbledore confirms it all. The horrifying truth of Voldemort creating multiple Horcruxes.
And he explicitly tasks Harry with a mission. Find them, destroy them. All of them.
This chapter definitively solidifies Harry's unique critical role as the Chosen One. His path is set in stone now. No turning back.
The conversation fundamentally shifts the scope of the war. It's not just defeating a wizard anymore, it's dismantling fragments of his soul.
Horcruxes themselves. They evoke those myths of soul-splitting, like lich phylacteries in folklore. It's unnatural, abhorrent immortality, twisting existence itself.
And the trust Dumbledore places in Harry, it's immense.
Mm-hmm.
And Harry's acceptance of this seemingly impossible task, it shows the strength, the depth of their bond.
Dumbledore is literally entrusting the world's fate to Harry. A monumental burden. The narration in this part, the gravity, it underscores the epic scale of the mission.
This is Harry fully accepting his fate, embracing his ultimate purpose, stepping fully into that chosen one role, despite the terrifying odds.
Quiet, profound courage. It's the definitive moment. The task is terrifying, impossible maybe, but his bond with Dumbledore, his own courage, it sets the stage for the final conflict.
An ultimate acceptance of responsibility. So what does this make you think about facing overwhelming, seemingly impossible tasks, burdens of destiny?
What gives us the courage to accept our role and move forward, even when the odds are stacked against us, when the path is just fraught with danger?
A question Harry embodies here. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 24, Sectum Sempra. This is one of the most shocking, visceral moments in the entire series, I think.
Absolutely brutal and deeply impactful for Harry's character arc.
Harry and Draco finally have a confrontation in the bathroom. It gets violent, and Harry, in a moment of desperate impulse, maybe anger, uses a spell he found in the Half-Blood Prince's book, Sectum Sempra.
A spell he doesn't know the effect of, and the consequences are devastating, horrifying. Draco is slashed, bleeding profusely.
This traumatic incident forces Harry to confront the grim reality of his actions, to deeply question the prince's identity, his moral character.
Harry's impulsive use of this unknown dark spell, it highlights the profound dangers of wielding powerful magic without understanding its implications, its origins.
The spell's violence, the source is compared to historical duels, wartime brutality, emphasizes the horrific cost of aggression.
And it powerfully blurs the line between Harry as hero and his potential to inflict harm. He has to grapple with the direct, devastating impact of his actions, the dark nature of the prince's inventions.
The source material really focuses on the visceral impact, doesn't it? Doesn't shy away from the brutality. Makes it riveting, but also deeply disturbing.
The horror of what he's done serves as a critical turning point for Harry. He's forced to re-examine the source of his potion's prowess, the true intentions of this enigmatic prince, a moment of profound moral reckoning.
Confronting the darker side of himself and the knowledge he's embraced so readily.
A crucial, painful lesson about consequences. Responsibility, power without understanding is incredibly dangerous.
So how do we grapple with the moral implications of our actions? Especially when we wield power with unforeseen, devastating consequences.
And when is a tool just a tool? And when does it reflect the dark intentions of its creator? Where's that line?
Questions Harry is forced to face head-on here. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 25, The Seer Overheard. The narrative pace really picks up here. The tension becomes almost unbearable.
Building towards the climax, you can feel it coming.
Harry learns more about the prophecy, the one Rowling made about him and Voldemort. Specifically, he learns Snape was the one who overheard part of it and reported it to Voldemort.
Adding another layer of complexity and suspicion around Snape.
Exactly. And simultaneously, we know Draco's intricate plan, whatever it is nearing its dangerous completion. The chapter skillfully builds suspense towards that confrontation.
The prophecy. It's a recurring motif. The sources compare it to historical oracles or predictions, like in ancient Greece, or even wartime propaganda.
Underscoring that Harry's path is tied to this larger, maybe predetermined fate, as that layer of tragic inevitability.
And crucially, all the plot threads, Draco's mission, Horcruxes, the prophecy, Snape's role, they're all converging now, creating this powerful narrative momentum, building anticipation.
The sense of impending conflict is just palpable. Draco's plan moving towards its horrifying conclusion. This feels like the tense calm before the storm.
Heightening the danger, making us keenly aware the climax is imminent. It's the tightening of the noose.
All the elements building throughout the book are heading towards this single dramatic point, preparing us for the confrontation that will change everything. Expertly done.
So how do we balance free will with destiny, that idea of a predetermined path?
And what does it feel like, psychologically, emotionally, to prepare for an inevitable, life-altering confrontation you know is just right there?
Harry must be feeling immense pressure.
Unimaginable. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 26, The Cave. This takes Harry and Dumbledore on an incredibly perilous, dark journey together.
Harrowing is the word.
They apparate to this hidden cave by the sea. Their mission: retrieve one of Voldemort's Horcruxes, the locket.
But the cave is filled with insidious dark magic, obstacles designed to repel intruders, tests of endurance, sacrifice.
And the mission severely tests their bond, their resolve, pushes them to their absolute limits. Dumbledore especially suffers terribly.
The journey into the cave, the terrifying magic, Dumbledore's immense personal sacrifice to get past the potion guarding the locket. It highlights the extreme price of fighting Voldemort directly.
The sources compare it to dangerous wartime missions, like covert ops in hostile territory, emphasizes the risk, the cost.
And their bond, Dumbledore and Harry, tested under the most extreme duress, but it proves its strength. Their mutual reliance, their trust. It's profound.
The narration of the cave's terrors, the inferi, it's unforgettable.
Yeah.
Immerses you in the danger, the horror.
And despite the horrific cost, Dumbledore's suffering, they retrieve what they believe is the Horcrux. Shows their unwavering determination, commitment to the goal.
Even when facing unbearable pain, loss. It's a raw, visceral chapter showing the true cost of fighting pure evil.
It's the ultimate display of Dumbledore's selflessness, Harry's loyalty, but also a grim picture of the sacrifices required. A taste of the ultimate price. Foreshadowing more loss.
Makes the stakes crystal clear. So what does this make you think about sacrifice for a greater cause? Especially when it demands unimaginable personal cost, suffering.
And how do those profound acts of courage, selflessness, in the darkest moments truly define heroism?
Dumbledore exemplifies it here, tragically. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 27, The Lightning-Struck Tower. This is it, the climax. And tragedy strikes with devastating, irrevocable force.
The moment everything changes.
They return from the cave, weakened, to find the dark mark hovering over Hogwarts. Draco's intricate plan unfolds. Death Eaters are inside the castle.
Draco corners Dumbledore on the astronomy tower, and then the betrayal. Snape arrives.
And Snape kills Dumbledore. Avada Kedavra. A shocking, profoundly impactful betrayal that changes everything Harry thought he knew. Loyalty, trust, good, evil. It's all thrown into chaos.
Harry, hidden below under his invisibility cloak, petrified by Dumbledore to keep him safe, is forced to witness it all, helplessly. The loss is unthinkable, heartbreaking.
The reveal of Snape as the apparent traitor. It shakes the foundations of Harry's world. The sources compare this betrayal to historical coups, double crosses, wartime espionage, the shock, the personal devastation.
This chapter is the emotional and narrative climax. The events here irrevocably alter Harry's path, his understanding, his trust, fundamentally shifts the series towards a darker, more uncertain future.
The narration captures that shock, the grief, leaves you stunned, reeling.
Harry's raw grief, his helplessness, then his forced action as the spell breaks. It highlights his humanity amidst catastrophic events, pushed beyond his limits, forced to act when all hope seems lost.
A truly pivotal, transformative moment. It changes Harry, the wizarding world, everything, forever.
A defining moment. Brutal, necessary perhaps for the story, propelling it towards the ultimate conclusion, forcing Harry to face the harshest realities of war and betrayal. Any remaining innocence is just shattered.
So how do we cope with profound sudden loss? The utter shock of betrayal, especially from a trusted source.
And how do those moments of extreme crisis force us to find strength we didn't know we had, just to keep going?
Unimaginable pain for Harry. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 28, Flight of the Prince. Hogwarts erupts into chaos following Dumbledore's death on the tower. Battles raging.
Utter chaos is right.
Harry, consumed by grief but also this burning desire for understanding, for retribution, pursues Snape and the retreating Death Eaters.
He needs to know why. He needs justice, or at least answers.
And during this pursuit, Snape taunts him, deflects his spells, and then delivers the final, shocking revelation.
He reveals he is the half-blood prince.
The owner of the textbook, the inventor of Sectum Sempra. It's an almost unbearable revelation, irrevocably reshaping Harry's entire understanding of everything that just happened, the complex loyalties at play.
The long-standing mystery of the prince, violently dramatically unveiled, forces Harry to reevaluate everything about Snape, this figure he thought he hated, but also, in a strange way, learned from via the book.
And Harry's relentless pursuit, even amidst the chaos and his own anguish. It shows his determination to understand, to confront. The sources compare it to historical manhunts, wartime chases, that desperate urgency.
And the source material notes how this revelation forces us, the listeners too, to confront our assumptions about loyalty and character. It's riveting because of its profound implications.
The prince's identity. It profoundly alters Harry's perception of good and evil, loyalty, the ambiguous nature of this war. This is where it gets really complex. A complete game changer. Shatters preconceived notions.
A masterclass in narrative payoff. Unravels a central mystery and completely redefines key allegiances. Challenges our ideas of who is truly on Harry's side. Makes us reevaluate everything.
So what happens when a deeply guarded secret is suddenly revealed? How does it force us to reconsider our perceptions of people, events we thought we understood?
Yeah. And what does it mean to pursue justice when those lines between right and wrong, hero and villain, become so incredibly blurred?
Questions Harry will grapple with for a long time. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Chapter 29, The Phoenix Lament. Hogwarts is reeling, profound sorrow, disarray after the tragedy.
The immediate aftermath. The shockwaves.
Fawkes the Phoenix sings his lament for Dumbledore, a sound of unbearable grief that permeates the castle. Harry grapples intensely with his own overwhelming grief, but also this immense weight of newfound responsibility.
The mantle has fallen squarely on his shoulders now. Dumbledore's gone.
The school's future hangs precariously. Alliances are shifting. A new, much more dangerous chapter of the war is beginning.
The school's shared reaction, Fawkes' lament. It highlights that collective pain, but also the resilience of a community united by tragedy. The sources compare it to public mourning in British history, coping with national loss, finding solace in unity.
And in this immediate wake, Harry begins to fully embrace his destiny. Unwillingly, perhaps, but he takes on that leadership mantle. He's not just a student anymore. He's a figure of hope, resolve.
The events force that brutal reevaluation of who stands where, reshaping alliances, revealing true loyalties, setting the stage for the final confrontation under this cloud of uncertainty and growing danger. The narration really captures that sorrow, but also that emerging resolve. Deeply moving.
It's a powerful moment. Collective grief, but also this quiet, somber beginning of Harry's new role. He's mourning, but becoming the leader they need. This sense of foreboding is palpable.
The chapter acts as a critical bridge, acknowledges the loss, the pain, while preparing everyone for the monumental challenges ahead. Resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity. The true fight is just beginning.
So how do communities come together in times of profound loss, finding collective strength and shared sorrow?
And what qualities emerge in those who step forward to lead, to inspire in such incredibly challenging moments?
Harry has to find those qualities within himself now. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates. And finally, Chapter 30, The White Tomb. A solemn, poignant conclusion to this incredibly dark book.
The funeral, a moment of collective mourning.
Hogwarts gathers in solemn assembly by the lake. Dumbledore is laid to rest in a white tomb. It's mourning a devastating, irreversible loss. The end of an era.
Amidst all that grief, Harry makes his decision. He vows to McGonagall and to himself that he won't return to Hogwarts next year. He will hunt the Horcruxes. Alone, if necessary.
He bravely vows to continue the fight against Voldemort, setting the definitive stage for the final battle, with this fragile yet unwavering sense of hope guiding his resolve.
The funeral itself, it's a powerful acknowledgement of sacrifice, underscores that idea that love, loyalty, remembrance, they aren't just emotions, they're weapons against darkness, a foundation for resistance.
Reflecting that collective mourning, symbolizing resilience after loss, a recommitment to ideals.
And Harry's final vow marks his complete transition. From the boy burdened by destiny to a determined young man ready to face ultimate evil, fully accepting his role.
The book ends not with victory, but with renewed purpose. A stark understanding that the final monumental battle is imminent. Leaves us with anticipation, hope amidst the grief. The narration captures that weight, Harry's determination. Inspiring.
A heartbreaking yet incredibly powerful conclusion. Harry stands tall, accepting his destiny, the weight of the world, the shadow of grief. It's not an end, but the definitive beginning of the final fight, a declaration of purpose.
The funeral marks that collective understanding of the stakes. a shared commitment to the future.
A profound testament to hope, resolve in the face of tragedy, a somber farewell, but filled with determination for the ultimate confrontation, knowing the greatest battles are still ahead.
What stands out to you about how collective grief can transform into renewed purpose, that unyielding resolve?
And what does it mean to carry on, to commit to the fight, even when the path is uncertain, fraught with unimaginable danger for what you believe in?
It raises that important question for you, our listener. What sacrifices are you willing to make for what you truly believe in? Wow, what an incredible, intense journey we've taken through Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Absolutely draining, but so rich.
We've unraveled dark secrets, witnessed profound betrayals, seen Harry's immense growth under impossible odds and heartbreaking loss. This deep dive really highlighted how even in the absolute darkest times, courage, connection, the pursuit of truth, they persist. They're our strongest weapons.
And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how the whole narrative is about peeling back layers. Not just Voldemort's past, but layers of characters we thought we knew, even Harry himself.
Yeah, it challenges our assumptions, doesn't it? About who's good, who's evil, what true loyalty really means in a world where appearances are so deceiving.
Exactly, which raises an important, maybe unsettling final thought for you, our listener. In a world where trust is constantly tested, where true intentions are often hidden, how do you discern what's real? And ultimately, who will you place your faith in?
Something to really reflect on. We hope this deep dive into Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince has offered you surprising facts, maybe some new perspectives, and just enough humor along the way to keep you hooked.
Hopefully.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep digging deeper into the stories that shape our world.